Well, we're on the home stretch of winter, folks. Winter is almost over, which means we have a decent amount of home maintenance to take care of. But don't worry, we're going to spread it out over the next few months so we don't have to give up all of our weekends. Now, before we get started with this month's task, let's cover the 5 things that we do every month. 1, we test the GFCI outlets. 2, we test our smoke and CO2 detectors. 3, we test our alarm system if we have one. 4, we replace our HVAC filter if it's older than 3 months. And then lastly, we replace any water filters and or we check salt levels if we have a water softener. All right, with the routine items out of the way, we're starting in the laundry room this month. First, we're going to pull this dryer out and we are going to clean the dryer vent. We do this for 2 reasons. 1, for safety, so it doesn't start a fire, and 2, it also improves the efficiency by improving the airflow out the vent. And after we're done with that, we're going to take the washer, we're going to pull it out, we're going to inspect the hoses, make sure that they're in good shape. If they're not, we're going to replace those. We're also going to disconnect the hoses from the washer, and we're going to clean and replace, if necessary, the water inlet screens.
Now we're going to go outside to get ready for spring. The first thing we want to do is an inspection. We want to inspect wooden surfaces, painted or stained surfaces. We want to look for bubbling, peeling, fading paint, rotted wood, anything that needs to be addressed. We want to check out all surfaces, and sometimes that's kind of hard, especially if you have a 2 or even a 3-story house. If that's the case and you're not comfortable getting on a ladder, one option is to use binoculars. Another option is to use a drone. If you don't have a drone, this is a good reason to buy one.
You can see here my inspection uncovered some bubbling paint, even worse, some rotted wood here. You want to address rotted wood as quickly as possible to mitigate the damage and the cost of repairing that. Now, if you run into rotted wood, don't panic. It's usually fixable and you can usually do it yourself if it doesn't require replacing any wood. In a case like this where it's going to require some replacement and this is a wooden window, I would typically consult a professional, and I'm going to do that tomorrow because I need to get on this. During your exterior inspection, you'll want to check for any metal that is rusted or needs to be cleaned. This can range from screws, bolts, hardware, to even say this nasty mailbox. You'll want to address rust as soon as possible so you don't have to replace any expensive metal hardware. For bolts and screws, these are relatively cheap, so I would suggest replacing those with their stainless steel version. Now, stainless steel isn't totally maintenance free. It does require some annual maintenance. If you'd like information on caring for stainless steel, I've included a link to a video up here.
The last thing I would recommend doing during your exterior inspection is to go ahead and inspect any window or door weep holes. These are usually found at the base of a window or, say, a sliding door. Go ahead and check those for any obstructions and clear out any obstructions. If it doesn't seem like it's obviously clogged, it's not a bad idea to take some compressed air and blow it into the weep hole.
Now for the last maintenance task for the month of March. We're going to go around to the exterior outlets and receptacles and we're going to test each one of them. Now, I know that sounds like a weird task for the month of March, but there's a good reason for doing this. Next month, we will undoubtedly be plugging in various tools and we don't want a bad outlet to slow us down. So we're going to test these now. Now, if you've been following along since January, you've purchased a Gfci tester and you've learned how to use it. So now you want to go around to every exterior outlet, check the LEDs, make sure they light up properly, hit the button, make sure the Gfci functionality is working. Every outlet should be Gfci protected. If it's not, I highly recommend replacing it. Okay, that'll do it for this month. Now, next month starts spring and we're going to be very busy, but it's not all work and no play. At the end of the April episode, we're going to have a little bit of fun, so I hope to see you there. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Chris with Toolbox DIY.